You stand on a disk of pure light. Below you, the Galactic Council chamber unfolds. It is a vast bowl of stars and silent judgment. Beings of immense age and power look down on you. They are the arbiters of cosmic law. Before you rests a simple gray box. It is 1 meter on each side. No lights blink on its surface. No hum of power escapes its shell. This is your life's work, the fruit of a lifetime of human ingenuity. You call it the matter assembler. To the Council, it is just another replicator, a fancy toy from an upstart race. You know the truth is far grander. It is a key that will unlock the galaxy. Ambassador Vorlog of the Cathar speaks. His voice is like grinding stone. Human, you have requested this audience. You waste the Council's valuable time. Present your trinket and be gone. You feel a surge of defiance. You place a hand on the cool metal of the box. You look up past the shimmering energy fields. You meet the gaze of 1,000 ancient eyes. Your moment has arrived. You clear your throat. Your voice must not shake. Honored members of the Galactic Council, I present a device that will end scarcity. It will end poverty. It will reshape the foundations of our shared existence. The Council members do not seem impressed. A being of pure energy, a Xylos, ripples with what you guess is amusement. Another, a silicon life form called a glyptodon, remains perfectly still. It has remained that way for the entire session. You press a small stud on the box's surface. A panel slides open. It reveals a smaller, empty chamber inside. You reach into your pocket. You pull out a simple apple, a piece of your homeworld, Earth. You place the apple inside the chamber. You close the panel. Observe, you say. You type a command into a simple interface. The box remains silent. No flash of light, no dramatic sound effect. Some species really love their dramatic effects. After a moment, you open the chamber again. Inside, 2 identical apples now sit side by side. They are perfect copies down to the last molecule. A murmur spreads through the assembled delegates. It is not a sound of awe. It is a sound of boredom. The Cathar ambassador, Vorlag, projects his voice again. You have replicated organic matter. A trivial accomplishment. Our own food synthesizers have done this for millennia. Your journey here was pointless. He makes a gesture of dismissal. This is different, you insist. It is not synthesis. It is true replication. There is no conversion of energy to matter. The second apple was not built. It was copied. The total mass energy in the system increased. A new voice echoes in the hall. It is deep and ancient. It comes from the Elder Ones, a being who has seen galaxies born. Child of Earth. Your claim violates the core tenets of star science. Energy cannot be created from nothing. You have built a clever synthesizer. Nothing more. The Council's verdict is clear. They see you as a fool, a representative from a young species that overestimates its own cleverness. They deactivate your speaking platform. The disk of light beneath your feet fades. The guards begin to escort you out. You have failed. As you are led away, the Cathar ambassador's words follow you. Let this be a lesson. The fundamental forces are not toys. Leave the running of the galaxy to your elders. You clutch the schematics in your data slate. They do not understand, but they will. You are back in your small apartment on a starbase orbiting Earth. The Council's dismissal echoes in your mind. A trivial accomplishment. A clever synthesizer. They saw a parlor trick. You see the dawn of a new age. You pace the floor, the metallic plates cool beneath your feet. The view from your window shows the gentle curve of Earth, your home. the world you promised to elevate. A world still bound by the chains of scarcity. The problem is energy. It always comes down to energy. The Cathar Empire built its power on a monopoly. They alone mastered large-scale energy containment. Their proprietary fields hold the plasma of captive stars. Every ship, every station, every world pays them tribute for power. You stop pacing. An idea strikes you. It is so profound, so audacious, that you almost dismiss it. The Cathar containment fields. They are not just technology. They are a form of complex, exotic matter. Physical, and yet not. Your device does not just copy simple apples. It copies the information of an object. It rebuilds it perfectly. What if you could show it something more complex? Something forbidden? You race to your console. You call up everything you can find on Cathar technology. Most of it is classified. It is the most closely guarded secret in the galaxy. But there are fragments, leaked sensor readings, damaged schematics from old battles. You begin to piece them together. The work of a decade becomes the work of a single night. You stand before the assembler again. It looks different now, full of terrible and beautiful potential. You have configured a small emitter to project what you know of the Cathar field. It is a flickering, unstable ghost of the real thing. But it is enough. You place the emitter in the chamber. Your heart pounds in your chest. This is more than just proving the Council wrong. This is a direct challenge to the most powerful empire in the galaxy. This is an act of cosmic rebellion. You take a deep breath. You activate the sequence. The gray box sits there, unassuming, silent. For a minute, nothing happens. You feel a pang of disappointment. Perhaps the Council was right. Perhaps you are a fool. Then, a low hum begins to fill the room. A light spills from the seams of the assembler. A soft, golden light. A panel on your console flashes green. The scan is complete. The information is captured. With trembling hands, you open the main chamber. The emitter is still there, flickering weakly. But next to it, floating in the air, is a perfect sphere of light. It is a flawless Cathar containment field. Small, only the size of your fist, but perfect. Stable. Humming with contained power. You did it. You broke their monopoly. You hold the power of a sun in the palm of your hand. The joy of discovery is quickly replaced by a cold dread. You have just committed a crime. The greatest crime in the galaxy. And you did it on a live, unsecured channel. You wanted to show Earth's leaders your success. You showed everyone, your terminal chimes, an urgent message. It is from the Terran Confederacy government. But then another message arrives. And another. They are all from the same source, the Galactic Council. You open the first message. The face of the Cathar ambassador, Vorlog, fills the screen. His expression is no longer one of condescending amusement. It is one of pure, unrestrained fury. His voice booms from the speakers. Human, you have stolen the sacred fire of the Cathar. You have replicated our most guarded technology. This is an act of war, an unforgivable transgression against the natural order. His image flickers, showing the chaos on the council floor. Delegates are shouting. Systems are flashing red alerts. You see the Xylos delegates shimmering with violent energy. The Glyptodon, the silicon being, has actually moved. It has turned its head to look directly at the Cathar delegation. You have shattered the Council's placid peace. We did not steal anything, you reply, your voice steady. My device copied publicly available information. It created something new from that data. We have violated no treaty, no law. Vorlog scoffs, a harsh, grating sound. Your semantic games are meaningless. You possess a technology that undermines the very structure of galactic stability. That power is not for primitives like you to wield. You have no idea what you have done. The transmission cuts out. It is replaced by the calm, ancient face of the Elder Ones. His disappointment is almost worse than Vorlog's rage. Child of Earth. We warned you. You did not listen. Your actions have consequences. The Elder Ones continues. The Cathar Empire has formally accused humanity of cosmic theft. They claim your invention is a weapon of mass destabilization. They say it threatens every world that relies on their energy grid. This was, of course, every world in the Council. The screen changes again. It is an official Council decree. The text scrolls in cold, formal language. It is an ultimatum. There is no room for negotiation, no appeal. The demands are simple and brutal. You must destroy your matter assembler. You must erase every schematic, every piece of research. You must submit your own mind to a complete wipe by Council specialists to ensure the knowledge can never be recreated. If you refuse, humanity will face the consequences. Severe sanctions, a full trade embargo, the revocation of your species' provisional council status. Your world will be isolated, cut off from the galactic community, left to wither and die in the darkness of space. You are given one solar cycle, one rotation of your own planet, 24 hours to decide, to erase your life's work and condemn your species to continued servitude, or to defy the most powerful government in the known universe. The message ends. The screen goes dark. You are left alone in the silence, with the glowing sphere of light still humming softly beside you. The news spreads across Earth like wildfire. The Council's ultimatum is broadcast on every channel. Panic begins to set in. People fear the wrath of the Cathar. They fear the isolation the Council threatens. Mobs gather in city squares, some calling for your arrest, others hailing you as a hero. You are summoned to the Terran Confederacy headquarters in Geneva. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. You walk through halls of polished stone and shimmering data streams. Earth's leaders await you in the High Chamber. President Anya Sharma stands to greet you. Her face is grim, but her eyes are defiant. Around her are the prime ministers, chancellors, and generals of a united planet. They have watched the broadcasts. They have read the ultimatum. We have been discussing this since the decree was issued. President Sharma begins. There are those who believe we should comply. They argue that defiance is suicide, that we cannot hope to stand against the combined might of the Council. A general with a face like carved granite speaks up. The Cathar fleet alone outnumbers our navy 10-1. Their ships are powered by the very technology you have copied. A direct conflict would be over in hours. We would not stand a chance. You listen as they debate. The voices of fear versus the voices of hope. The pragmatists versus the idealists. They turn to you. They all turn to you. The scientist who started it all. They want to know what you think. You look at the faces of your world's leaders. You see the fear, the doubt, the hope. You think of the Cathar's monopoly, the centuries of humanity struggling, always paying tribute, always one step behind. My invention was never meant to be a weapon, you say, your voice quiet but firm. It was meant to be a gift, a tool to build a better future, a future free from want, free from the energy dominance of the Cathar. You pause, letting your words sink in. If we surrender now, we surrender that future. We tell the galaxy that humanity is content to be a servant race, that our ingenuity is a crime, that our ambition is something to be punished. You look directly at President Sharma. The Council calls my work a trinket. The Cathar call it a crime. I call it freedom. We cannot give that up. Not now. Not ever. A silence falls over the chamber. Then President Sharma smiles. A genuine, proud smile. The people of Earth did not elect cowards to lead them. We did not claw our way to the stars just to bow before bullies. She turns to the assembled leaders. We stand with our inventor. We stand with progress. We will not destroy the assembler. We will not surrender our future. A cheer erupts in the chamber. Humanity has made its choice. You are no longer alone. You have a world at your back. Back in your lab, the weight of that decision presses down on you. Earth has chosen defiance. Now you must give them a way to survive it. The Cathar will not take this lightly. A fleet is surely on its way. You turn your attention back to the assembler. The Council and the Cathar are wrong about it. You are starting to realize they are more wrong than you even imagined. Your initial theory was that it copied matter. But the numbers didn't quite add up. There was a discrepancy in the energy readings. A tiny, almost imperceptible anomaly. You run the diagnostic again. This time, you don't look at the matter replication. You focus on the energy signature of the device itself during operation. You magnify the data. You filter out the background noise. And then you see it. The assembler isn't creating matter from nothing. That would violate the laws of star science, just as the Elder Ones said. It is doing something far more elegant, far more profound. It is borrowing matter from an adjacent reality. It is a conduit, a pinhole into the fabric of space-time. When you ask it to replicate an apple, it doesn't build a new one. It reaches into a parallel dimension, finds an identical apple, and pulls it into your own. The process is safe. The micro wormhole it creates is stable for only a fraction of a second. This changes everything. You have not broken the laws of physics. You have discovered a new one. The device is not a replicator. It is a gateway, a way to gently and safely manipulate the very weave of the cosmos. Your mind races with the possibilities. This is so much bigger than energy fields. As you begin to process this new, staggering reality, a secure communication channel opens on your console. The encryption is non-human. It is elegant, complex, and desperate. You accept the connection. A new face appears on your screen. It is a glyptodon, the silicon race from the council chamber, the ones who sat so still. Its crystalline features shift and shimmer as it speaks. Its voice is a series of soft, resonant chimes. Human inventor, the glyptodon chimes. We are the glyptons. We saw your demonstration. We saw the council's reaction. We must speak with you. You are cautious. Why are you contacting me? The glyptons are members of the council. Are you here to deliver another threat? The glypton's light patterns soften into what you perceive as sadness. We are members of the council by force, not by choice. For centuries, our people have been subjects of the Cathar Empire. Our worlds were conquered, our resources stripped. We are their slaves. The story unfolds. The glyptons are master artisans and engineers. The Cathar use their skills to maintain their vast energy grid. The glyptons built the cages that hold them. They live in quiet desperation, their culture slowly being erased. Your invention, the glypton chimes, its voice filled with a fragile hope. It can replicate the containment fields. That means it can also create the tools to disrupt them, to free us. We beg you, share your technology. Help us throw off our chains. You now face a new choice. Your invention could be the key to liberating an entire species. But doing so would be an undeniable act of aggression. It would turn a political crisis into an open war. It would make humanity the enemy of the Council. Before you can answer the Glypton, alarms blare across the starbase. Red lights flash. A voice from the station command echoes through the halls. Unidentified fleet approaching. Cathar energy signatures detected. This is not a drill. You look at your main view screen. The darkness of space is suddenly torn open. A wave of warships emerges from hyperspace. Dozens of them, then hundreds. They are brutalist wedges of dark metal, bristling with weapons. They arrange themselves in a perfect sphere around Earth. A ring of fire, a cage of steel. The Cathar have arrived. Their message is simple and clear, broadcast on all frequencies. It is the voice of Ambassador Vorlag, cold and triumphant. People of Earth, your time is up. You have chosen defiance. Now you will face annihilation. Surrender the inventor. Surrender the device, or we will extinguish your world. The siege of Earth has begun. The Cathar fleet hangs in the sky like a promise of death. Their ships blot out the stars. On Earth, panic has given way to a grim resolve. Humanity chose this path. They will face it together. But you know that courage alone cannot stop a fleet of this magnitude. You are in your lab, the heart of the storm. The Glypton is still on your screen, its crystalline form frozen in fear. The Cathar demand for your surrender echoes in the silence between you. You look at the assembler, the space-time gateway. You think about its true nature. It doesn't just pull things from other places. It manipulates the fabric of space itself. It folds it. It stitches it. It opens it. An idea begins to form, a desperate, impossible plan. The Cathar expect a fight. They expect weapons, lasers, plasma cannons, missiles. They are prepared for a battle of energy and matter. But you will not give them one. I need your help, you say to the Glypton. I am building something new, not a weapon, a shield. I need to understand the Cathar fleet's energy signatures, their exact frequencies, their power distribution. The Glypton's form shimmers with renewed purpose. We know their ships better than they do. We designed their core systems. We will give you everything you need. Data begins to stream to your console. Schematics of warships, power relays, shield modulation frequencies, the secrets of the Cathar fleet delivered by their slaves. You get to work. You are no longer just a physicist. You are an engineer, a soldier. You modify the assembler. You don't want it to pull matter through. You want it to manipulate the space right here, right now, in orbit around your planet. You work for hours. The Cathar broadcast their ultimatum again and again. Their patience is wearing thin. Earth's meager defense fleet holds its position. A brave but futile gesture. They are buying you time. Finally, it is ready. A second device, slave to the first. It is a network of emitters designed to be deployed in orbit. They will not generate a wall of energy. They will generate a field of carefully tailored space-time curvature. A shield made not of force, but of geometry. President Sharma's face appears on your screen. We cannot hold them off much longer. They are beginning to power their main weapons. What is your status? You look at the completed device, the shield generator. It's ready, you say. Deploy the emitters and tell the fleet to fall back behind them and get ready for a bit of a show, hopefully one without too many explosions. The orbital emitters are launched, small, unassuming pods that position themselves between Earth and the Cathar fleet. The Cathar commanders see them. They register as insignificant. They ignore them and prepare to fire. You stand at your console. Your hand hovers over the activation key. You are about to gamble the fate of your world on a theory. on a new kind of science that no one else in the galaxy understands. You take one last look at the image of Earth on the screen, and you press the key. For a moment, nothing happens. The Cathar fleet remains, a menacing ring of dark metal. Their weapon ports glow with imminent death. Then, space itself seems to shimmer, not with light or energy, but with a strange, silent distortion. The lead Cathar battleship vanishes, not in an explosion. It simply disappears from view. Then another, and another. All across the blockade line, warships are winking out of existence, one by one, in perfect silence. The Cathar command bridge is in chaos. They are not detecting any weapon impacts. Their shields are at full power. Their sensors show no incoming energy. Yet their fleet is disappearing. The human ships are just sitting there, watching. From your perspective, the Cathar ships are still there. But they are no longer in your space. Each ship is now encased in its own private bubble of folded space-time, a pocket universe just large enough to hold it. They are trapped, harmless. Their weapons fire into the void of their own isolated reality. Their engines push against the walls of their prison, but go nowhere. The siege is broken. The entire Cathar armada, one of the most powerful fleets in the galaxy, has been neutralized without a single shot fired, without a single casualty on either side. You have shattered their blockade. You have won a war that never happened. The silence that follows is more profound than any explosion. The galaxy watches. On the council station, delegates are stunned into inaction. They saw the Cathar fleet arrive. They saw it prepare to attack, and then they saw it vanish from all long-range sensors. Your broadcast channel opens. You send a simple message to the council, to the galaxy. The blockade is over. The Cathar fleet is unharmed. They are being held in stable spatial folds. We will release them when we are assured of Earth's safety. The effect is immediate and seismic. The fragile authority of the Council fractures. Species after species begins to question their allegiance. They have witnessed a young race defeat the mighty Cathar Empire without violence, using a power they cannot comprehend. The Glypton's crystalline face is on your screen again. Its chimes are no longer tones of fear, but of joy. You have done it. You have shown them. The Glypton people declare their independence from the Cathar Empire. We stand with humanity. Then another message arrives. From the Xylos, the beings of pure energy. Humanity. Your control of space-time is intriguing. The Cathar monopoly has long been an obstacle to our own development. We wish to open diplomatic channels. One by one, the oppressed and the overlooked members of the Council turn away from the old order. They see a new path forward. A path offered not by a conquering empire, but by a species that defended itself with wisdom instead of weapons. They rally to your cause, the cause of shared knowledge and mutual respect. The great Galactic Council, the institution that had ruled for 10,000 years, is crumbling. And it was all because of a simple gray box and an idea. The Cathar are defeated, not by force of arms, but by an elegant display of superior science. Their fleet is adrift in harmless pockets of space. Their empire, built on energy dominance, is facing a wave of rebellions from species like the Glyptons. An envoy ship is permitted to approach Earth. It is a small, unarmed diplomatic vessel. On board is Ambassador Vorlag. He is not coming to threaten or posture. He is coming to beg. You meet him not in a formal chamber, but in your lab. You want him to see the device. To see you. Not as a weapons master, but as a scientist. He looks smaller without the power of his fleet behind him. His stony features seem worn down by defeat. Human, he begins. his voice lacking its usual arrogance. You have won. We concede. Release our fleet. Let us return to our worlds in peace. Peace, you ask? You came to my world to extinguish it. You threatened my entire species, all because I built a box that could make a perfect apple. You don't get to talk about peace now. Vorlag looks down at the floor, a gesture of submission you never thought you would see from a Cathar. You do not understand. We did not act out of greed alone. We acted out of fear, out of desperation. He tells you a story, a secret the Cathar have guarded for thousands of years. The source of their energy technology, the containment fields, was not their own invention. It was a gift. Their entire civilization is powered by a single, vast, star-born entity. A being of immense power and consciousness that lives in the heart of their home system's sun. They call it the Great Heart. It is their god, their partner, and it is dying. The Great Heart's energy is fading. For centuries, the Cathar have been trying to save it. Their containment fields are the only thing keeping it stable, the only thing preventing its collapse into a black hole that would consume their entire system. Their monopoly was not about wealth or power. It was about control. They feared that if anyone else mastered containment technology, they might discover the Great Heart. They might try to weaponize it. Or worse, in their ignorance, they might accidentally kill it. Their aggression was a desperate, brutal attempt to protect their sacred charge. You look at the small, perfect containment field still glowing on your lab bench. A miniature version of the technology the Cathar used to keep their god alive. Then you look at the assembler, the space-time gateway. A new understanding dawns on you, a purpose far greater than ending scarcity or breaking monopolies. The device doesn't just pull matter from other realities. It can manipulate space-time. It can stitch the fabric of the universe. If it can do that, it can do more than create. It can repair. It can mend. It can heal. The energy fluctuations of the dying Great Heart. They are wounds in space-time, wounds your invention can close. You look at Vorlag. You see not an enemy, but a fellow being in pain. A man trying to save his world. Your Great Heart, you say. It is not a god. It is a living wound in the cosmos. But I think I can heal it. The old Galactic Council is gone. Its authority dissolved in the face of humanity's peaceful victory. In its place, a new alliance is forming, a federation of equals. The Glyptons, the Xylos, and dozens of other species have joined with humanity. And now, surprisingly, so have the Cathar. Their fleet has been released. Their warships are not pointed at Earth, but working alongside your engineers. They are sharing their knowledge of the Great Heart. You are sharing your knowledge of space-time. You stand on the bridge of a new ship, a science vessel named the Restorer. It is a joint human Glypton and Cathar project. Before you, on the main view screen, is the Cathar sun, and within it, the shimmering, wounded form of the Great Heart. Your invention, the simple gray box, is at the heart of the ship's systems. It is no longer called the Matter Assembler. It is now the Space-Time Weaver. Its purpose is not to create things, but to mend them. With Ambassador Vorlag at your side, you give the command. A beam of focused, coherent space-time projects from your ship. It is not a weapon. It is a needle and thread. It begins to stitch the wounds in the Great Heart, mending the tears in reality that were causing it to fade. Slowly, miraculously, the entity begins to stabilize. Its light grows stronger. Its energy output becomes smooth and consistent. The Cathar on the bridge weep openly. Their god is saved. Their home is safe. Your invention did not break the Galactic Council. It revealed its flaws. It showed the galaxy a better way. A way based not on hoarding power, but on sharing knowledge. Not on threats of war, but on promises of healing. You did not just create a box of miracles. You helped build a new dawn. A dawn for everyone.